Hello and welcome to another episode of Double Barrel Gaming. I'm your host, MrBooMStickXL, and on today's episode, we're going to be talking about Sony's latest quote regarding crossplay and how Sony's platform is the best place to play. CNET put out an article yesterday titled "Sony Says You Can't Have Crossplay Because PlayStation is the Best," and I want to break down this article right now. Depending on who you ask within the gaming community, you're going to get a different answer when it comes to crossplay. For the most part, average gamers or people who are not involved in plastic wars or console war nonsense will tell you that they would love to play The Division, Destiny 2, Rainbow Six, and a host of other multiplayer games with other friends that have different consoles than them. That's where crossplay comes in. And if you're a Sony PlayStation platform owner and supporter, I have really bad news for you based on an interview that was published by CNET. And while being interviewed yesterday, Sony CEO Kenichiro Yoshida reportedly told press that his company generally does not believe in the idea of opening up the PlayStation to cross-platform multiplayer. He goes on to say, and I quote, "On cross-platform, our way of thinking is always that the PlayStation is the best place to play. Fortnite, I believe, partnered with PlayStation 4 is the best experience for our users, and that's our belief." He continues with, "But actually, we already opened some games to cross-platform with PC and some others, so we decide based on what is best for our user experience. That is our way of thinking when it comes to cross-platform." End quote. It's foolhardy quotes like that that got Sony in big trouble back in 2006 with the launch of the PlayStation 3. If you recall, Sony told their players that if they couldn't afford the $600 price tag for the unit, they could go out and get a second job. Bad business decisions and even worse interviews with the press damaged the brand severely back in those days. Up until this cross-play shenanigans, Sony was flying high by the seat of their pants. Their marketing strategy was nothing short of genius, and the love and admiration their fans have shown the company is second to no one. Let's also not forget how incredible their first-party division of games has been for the platform. As fantastic and glorious as everything I've described Sony being in this generation, it's moves like this that could possibly hurt the company in the upcoming next generation. It was only a matter of time before a AAA developer like Bethesda stood up and said enough is enough when it comes to the cross-play nonsense. On August 13th, 2018, Pete Hines, Senior Vice President of Global Marketing and Communications at Bethesda, talked about the upcoming release of The Elder Scrolls Legends not coming to the PlayStation 4 due to no crossplay. In that same article, Pete Hines goes on to say that even though Bethesda won't change Sony's mind on crossplay, he did suggest that gamers who care about it could. And if you're wondering what gamers I'm referring to, that would be the people who support the PlayStation platform. Even though Elder Scrolls Legends is a simple card game, don't discount the fact that Sony players will not have the ability to play this on their console. The opinions of crossplay and how it's going to change the future of gaming is changing. The author of the CNET article, Sean Hollister, had some choice words for Sony, and this is what he had to say. "If Sony believed that crossplay would be the best user experience, that'll be something. But you know what would be the best user experience for me, Sony? If I didn't have to make a mental spreadsheet of not only which games my friends and colleagues own, but whether they own a PS4, Xbox, PC, or Nintendo Switch version of the game before I can consider organizing an online game session. That would be the best user experience." End quote. The question that I have for anyone that's going to watch this video is how long could Sony keep their head in the ground before this spirals out of control? If there's one thing that I've learned in this generation of consoles, the current gaming media is like a dog with an old bone that won't let go. The crossplay conversation is not going to go away anytime soon, and Sony needs to realize that. I'm going to link this controversial CNET article in the show notes below, but as usual, I'm very interested to hear what you have to say regarding the subject. Please leave all opinions in the comment section below. If you enjoyed today's video, please hit that like button, share this on social media, and consider subscribing to the channel. Thanks again for watching. Have an awesome day.